Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. This is Reactjs video tutorial series. Now in this video tutorial, I will explain how to insert or save selected radio button value using Django Post API method in Reactjs component. Now let's check the final output. I'm selecting the color gray. Now before insert this gray color, the selected radio button value into this database colors table, browser table. At this moment, the browse table contains 14 colors. So let's insert new color, insert value. See, the selected radio value is gray, is saved successfully. Click OK, we'll check the output. Browse. See here, gray. Let's select another value, purple, insert. The selected radio value is purple, is saved successfully. Okay, browser table is purple. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before continuing this video tutorial, I sincerely recommend please watch my previous Reactjs tutorials. You can find those video tutorials in my channel playlist. Now let's continue the today's tutorial. If you notice, in this browser contains a Django REST Framework API, and this API is a post method. So which means we can insert records with this help of post API into this colors table. With the help of this post API Django REST framework, I want to insert records in Reactjs component. So before creating a new Reactjs application, first we need to configure the Django applications to communicate with the Reactjs. So for that we require the course headers package. So open new Google Chrome and search for course headers, and from the search results I'm selecting the first one, and here we got the Django course headers package. The version I'm using 3.6.0, and this package we don't require any license to use, so it's free of cost. First we need to install this package in our Django application. Before that, let's check what is the meaning of course. When we are adding course headers in our Django application, that allows our resources to be accessed on the other domains. So here the other domain is a Reactjs application. So with the help of this package, we can communicate with the other domains. So first come to the bottom, let's set up this one, the installation command. Let's copy that one. Open the Django application. This is the Django application, and notice here the path is our API. So first let's install the package, Ctrl C. I'm pasting that command which I have copied. Notice I'm installing this package in the Django application. Enter. Once the package is installed successfully, now we need to configure the course headers in our Django settings.py page. Open settings.py page, come to the bottom. Notice here the install_app section. We need to switch over to the course headers. This course headers line, the command, we need to add this install_app section. So add that one. After that, the next one, we require this course headers.middleware.course middleware. Copy that one. This we need to add in this middleware section. The middleware section in the settings.py page. I'm adding above the Django middleware.common because here it's showing it's above here, so I have added the same place. And the final step, we need to configure course allowed origins. This example copy this one. Let's add here. Now let's check in this course allowed origins contain some dummy URLs, the domain names. So let's delete these all, the dummy ones. And here I am adding my Reactjs domain. For the local host, Reactjs is 3000. So now I can able to communicate with my Reactjs local host URL from this Django application. So let's save this application, save all. Now after that, and here one important point, our service, our API must be active or start all the time. So let's run the server python manage.py run server. So after I run the server, let's check our API is active or not. Yes, it's still working. Now we can access this API in our Reactjs application. Now let's create one new Reactjs application. Just for the time saving, I have created one new Reactjs application in Visual Studio Code, and the application name is a radio insert. And at the right side we got the app.js, which is the Reactjs default component. Let's close this default component. Now we'll add one new component in our project source folder. Select the source folder, right click the mouse, new file, and the file name is the radio value insert.js file. And here we got our JS file. Now in this JS file we can create our Reactjs component. In Reactjs, we can create two types of components. One is a class component and the second one is a functional component. Here I am creating the class component. But before creating the class component, we need to import the React class from the React library. So let's add that one first. Import React R is capital from the React component. After that, as I told, I'm creating a class component. So here I'm adding a class component and the class name is a radio value insert. I'm adding the same component name only to my class. Extends the React component dot component. After that, this class render method, this render method return. I'm adding the div tag, which is a root element. We don't require the curly brackets here. Now we require the root element div. Inside this div, I'm adding one header tag, post, or insert data into database with post API method h2 React.js API tutorials. After that, I am adding one horizontal line. Now after the horizontal line, I am adding simple input, the radio elements. Radio, the type is equals to radio elements, and I am adding the value I want to store is orange. Let's close this input tag. After that, I am adding the orange is a label NBSP, which gives some space between the radio buttons. Let's copy this one. Let's add few more radio buttons. Here I am adding 5 radio buttons. Let's change the value. Here I am adding the purple. Copy this one, and this one is a black, and this one is a black, value is black. This one is gray. Copy this one, paste here, and the last one is a white. Copy this one and paste here. Now after the radio elements, I am adding one more horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I am adding one button control to insert the data button, and the button type is a submit. The The value of the button is insert value. That's it. In this class component, up to now we have just finished the designing part. Header tags, radio button elements, and one button control. And the last step of this component, we need to add the export default by component. Default is the radio value insert. Now let's save this file. Now before fetch the API or post method, implementing the API post method on this component, let's check the default or basic output of this component. So before run this application, we must configure our component in index.js file, and that index.js file will be available in the source folder. See here the index.js file, open that one. If you notice, the index.js file in the render method contains the app component, which is a default component. Now I don't want to render this app component, I want to render the radio value insert component. So let's copy that one and paste here, and also we need to import the component in the index.js file. That's it. After that, let's save the application. Now it's time to run our application on the browser. For that, go to view, terminal, and here we got our terminal. Notice the path is the Reactjs RB insert, which is our folder name, and this folder I have created in the D drive. Now inside this folder I have created my Reactjs application. So let's add my application to this path, cd change directory, radio insert, enter. After that, now let's write the command called npm to start our Reactjs application, enter. And here we got the output of our application. Let's put this in the center tag, go to component, above the div tag, above the h1 tag, I'm added one center tag. Now let's save this file, save all, we check the output. Now we got everything in the middle of the browser. At this moment, which contains the header tags, 2 horizontal line. Between the horizontal line, we have added 5 radio values, radio buttons, and 1 button control. Now my aim is when a user select any particular, here one more important thing is, notice I have selected the radio value purple. Now again, if I select the white or gray, see it's selecting all the radio button values. So to make these radio buttons a group, we need to add the property called the name. Name is equals to, you can give any name. Here simply I am adding RB. Name is equals to RB. Let's add this property to all the radio buttons. So after that, let's save this file, save all. We'll check the new output. Now I'm reloading the browser. Let's select orange. Now when I select any other radio button, black, see it's selecting only one radio button value. Now the second condition is, when a user select any particular radio button, for example white I have selected here, when I click the button control, I want to insert this selected value white into this colors table using this Django API. So switch over to the component. First we require a constructor. When we add constructor, we require one super method. In super method, this dot state is equals to, here the property I am adding, it's very important, we need to add exactly the color name, our column name we need to add. So color name. After that, on change event is equals to on change this dot set state colon, the color name colon. Here we don't require colon. Here it's a set state is a method. Now here I'm declaring one object here. Let's define RB value, and this value RB value dot target dot value. Let's add this event on change event to all the radio buttons. We don't require to change anything, just copy and paste the target value. After that, I'm adding on click event. So when user clicks the button control, the selected radio button value insert. So on click is equals to this dot save method, and this save method I'm creating here above the render method. Save. This save method contains our post URL. So for that I'm using the fetch method. Notice the fetch method contains the first parameter input takes a request info. That request info we are getting from the Django REST API URL. So let's add that Django REST API URL, copy that one and paste here between the single quotes. Then the next parameters, between curly brackets we need to use the JSON methods. Method is equals to post, and headers. The headers is this API URL is a JSON type. If you check here, the content type is a JSON. So just copy that one and paste here and put this everything in a single quotes. Content type one single quote and application / JSON is another type. Then let's add the comma. Now the important step, the body I want to save is a JSON dot stringify method. The stringify method contains this dot state, which is the color name. This dot state. After insert the record successfully, we don't require any colon here. Alert. Selected radio value is plus plus this dot state dot color name. The selected color name will be displayed here is saved successfully. This message will be displayed on the alert message after click the button control. That's it. We have done the complete coding part. Let's save this application, save all. Let's check again once again. Our service is running. Yeah, our service is running. And our Reactjs application also is compiled successfully. We'll check the final output. I'm reloading the browser. Now let's check the final output. I'm selecting the color gray. Now before insert this gray color, the selected radio button value into this database colors table, browser table. At this moment, the browse table contains 14 colors. So let's insert new color, insert value. See, the selected radio value is gray, is saved successfully. Click OK. We'll check the output. Browse. See here, gray. Let's select another value, purple. Insert. The selected radio value is purple, is saved successfully. OK. Browser table is purple. That's it. In this video tutorial, I have explained how to insert and post data to save the selected radio button values using Django REST API post method in Reactjs application. Thanks for watching and please subscribe my channel.